What is going on, folks? I'm back. Double upload today. We got something else we got to talk about. I'm kind of a stock guy, but unfortunately, with the way things are looking, I got to look around the market, and we got to talk about crypto, folks. The thing a lot of people don't even want to hear about because they've lost so much money last year talking about it. But we got to talk about what Bitcoin is doing today and what I'm seeing for the future on Bitcoin. I know crypto gurus are a dime a dozen. You go on TikTok and everyone's got a stupid opinion, but I'm going to give you my completely unbiased opinion on what Bitcoin is doing. I'm not going to talk about the fundamentals, if it's ever going to be used, if anyone's ever going to go to the store and buy a loaf of bread with Bitcoin. I don't give a shit about any of that. I'm just looking at the chart and what I'm seeing on the chart and why I think there are some really big moves for the future on Bitcoin. But first things first, Bitcoin's up 8.5% today, and you just can't ignore these things. This is crazy. Bitcoin is just going absolutely bonkers. And we got to talk about why this is a way different than any rally Bitcoin has had in the past. One thing you got to note right now is, where have we bounced on Bitcoin? Where does Bitcoin find support? We have found support now on Bitcoin right here at 2150, basically. Let's call it, 2150 on Bitcoin. Why is that so important? Because Bitcoin has failed to do this in any of its previous bear market rallies. And it's really even hard to say Bitcoin has had a bear market rally at all last year, because you look at this chart. And I mean, it had little rallies here, and it's hardly a rally because it's more so just it got yanked down and it kind of melted up 40% or so. But all of these past rallies, what would happen? Bitcoin over here back in February or March, back when the market was rallying, Bitcoin makes a nice move from 37 up to about 48. Solid. Everyone's buying the dip, thinking they're FOMOing in, thinking that was a dip on Bitcoin. I'm an idiot. I should have bought it. We rally up. We break this previous resistance. Massive resistance here at 400 on Bitcoin. Break it. We pull back. We hit resistance here. And you can see where it hits resistance right up here, man. It hits it right up there. Hits it right there. And then what happens? We pull back. Hey, it looks like we have support here at 45K. We hold support, but then it yanks. And then what happens? If you shorted on that, where it tried to flip resistance to be support, and then the second test it broke, you short it there and you made a killing on Bitcoin. And then what happens? Bitcoin just goes straight down. And then it makes these nice little bear flags here. You just get these obvious bear flags here on Bitcoin. Breaks it. Another very obvious one over here, breaks it, everyone goes short, everything's great. Then you could say the same thing over here. What happens? Bitcoin, we have this rally. It tries to find some support at these previous resistances at at 22. We rally, it bounces off 25, and then it rejects and it breaks 22 and it goes straight down from there. And then over here, Bitcoin, what's it do? We've run up to that previous support. It's now resistance. So you can go down the chart and you can see where all of these supports, or where all of these resistances turn into supports, and vice versa, where those things flip. And why that is so important on Bitcoin is because, well, what has it not done this entire time since last year? It has failed to make a big rally, and I mean a big rally. This was a big one. This was a 45% move. Every other time it's made a move like that, which was only really twice maybe. I mean, over here, it did the same thing, I guess. Yeah, it makes a 42% move. Every other time it does that, it fails to hit a resistance, consolidate, pull back to a previous resistance, and then find support at that previous resistance, SR flip. So what do we have here? We knew resistance was right here. Let's make this line a little bigger. We knew it was right there, and you could see that by the price action. It's clear as day, because we try to push up, we resist it, boom, we consolidate, make big push, we find resistance right there at that previous level, 2152. And then we push back down and we find support at 2050. We push up, and now what happens? Well, Bitcoin does what it always does. It kind of rug pulls a little bit. People take profits, but where do we rug pull down to? This previous resistance, and we found support, and sure enough, what has Bitcoin done? We have catapulted off this level. So I need to see Bitcoin. God, and the rest of the market's going absolutely bonkers right now. I love to see it. What do we need to see from Bitcoin right now? Well, Bitcoin has to retake this level. You can see where the bears are on Bitcoin. We resisted this level here at 2430 basically, and look right where we ran up to right there. And now we're bouncing off of it a little bit. We need to mount 2400. 2400 needs to be that baseline support on Bitcoin. So any bad news comes out, anything happens, we just pull back to 2400, we consolidate. That needs to be the new home for Bitcoin, because that is where we got the massive rejection off of last time. So just the same thing over and over. You have to turn that past resistance into your support, and then you consolidate, and then you go next leg up. So then we have to ask ourselves, all right, what else? What else is on Bitcoin now? This is clear as day right here. Boom. You can see this. I mean, it's really this, like, more so this whole little zone right here that's worth noting. You got to retake this zone, and I suspect, should we now, which I expect we will, make that push up to about 25K, I expect we'll reject, and then I'd love to see that rejection off 25K, come back to 24, we regroup, we did what we did here, we consolidate, and then we can push back up to 25K. And this is such a key level because it was support over here, and then it turned into resistance. It was the big resistance before we got that big rug pull, and we went straight down to 15K on Bitcoin. But now we have to ask ourselves, what if we do just take 25K? Well, things are going to get crazy on Bitcoin, because as you can see, I've talked about this a lot on my stocks. As you can see, when things just go straight through a level like Bitcoin did right here, when we just go straight down this level right there, when you do that kind of stuff without any consolidation, that means you don't really need to consolidate that much to push back through those levels. And that means that when there was zero consolidation, there's no liquidity here. And if you even zoom back out over here, if you come back over here to, where are we over here? This is about December of 2022. It's the same thing. We didn't consolidate at all. That's why we got yanked through these levels so quickly, because there was no consolidation. Bitcoin was going straight up over here. So it's the same idea. When we were going up, there was zero liquidity going up. So then no liquidity going down. We can just cut right through there. Same idea can happen here. We can just cut straight through. Once we break 25K, we can just cut straight through that shit and go straight to like 32, to the next level of resistance. And then what happens there? Well, you would hope to find some support maybe at 28. Maybe, hey, we get some terrible news. We get the bear market. Everyone thinks the bear market is back. And we reject off 32 and we come back down to 25. That would be me buying with everything I own if that were to happen. Market is going crazy into the close right now. Oh my God. Anyways, Bitcoin's going for 9% right now. Gain on the day. So we get to 32K, same idea. There's no liquidity right here. There's no liquidity all the way up until like 37. So we probably do a little bit of this. We run up here, we bounce off, consolidate. And then same thing. There's no liquidity up until here at like 40K. There's just nothing there. There's no liquidity whatsoever. And then we'll hit some points where we finally have past consolidation. But that's what I'm seeing on Bitcoin. That is why the path to Bitcoin is looking so bright right now, because we just have these levels where Bitcoin just cut straight through it and just went straight down. I mean, we dropped 27% over a week over here in Bitcoin. So maybe we go up 27% in a week on Bitcoin. You never know. You never know. But that's what I'm seeing on Bitcoin right now, man. I mean, it looks good. It looks really good. This is huge. This is huge. What is happening right here today? This is very big. Where you, and that's why I'm talking about it with such enthusiasm, because it is just exactly what I'm saying about stocks. I say the exact same thing about Bitcoin. What has the market not done in stocks? Why is this rally different than the ones that we had back in August and March? Well, because in August and March, we just ran straight up to levels, and then we just went straight back down. We didn't consolidate around those levels. We didn't just retrace. We just dumped. The trend just then flipped back down, and we went straight back down. So the exact same thing I say about Bitcoin. What has Bitcoin always done? It has these rallies, and then it just dumps, rally, dump, and you make another leg lower. Same thing over here. You rally, you go straight up. This is back here in March, and then what happens? You go straight back down. And then back here in August, I mean, it was nice, like stair-stepping, and then it was just an obvious bear flag. Once August, the trend flipped, we dumped down. But now, we have done something a little bit different. We have pushed straight up and we just consolidated right at this huge level right here in this zone. We just consolidated, and then we consolidate, but then, oh no, we dump. Bear trap. We find support at the previous resistance, and now bears are trapped and Bitcoin is going absolutely insane right now. So this isn't like FOMO in right now. We're going straight up. This is, I want to see 24K mounted and consolidate around that level so we can build up the strength to take 25K, because once we do take 25K, it will be fireworks. We're just going to go complete. I'm going to leave this line here so I can come back in about a couple weeks and see if we went up this trajectory. But I'm 100% like expecting that happens. I know it sounds crazy. It's very strange to be so bullish about things. I don't know how to do it. I forgot how. But I would be a liar if I looked at Bitcoin right now and I said this was a bull trap. This is fake. You should ignore this. This is just all noise. This is the whales trying to get in retail. I can't say that because I don't think that's what's happening. I think this is textbook exactly what you want to see in bullish trends. You want to see pushes up, consolidate, maybe a small push down, but then you regroup, bulls wake up, and they just shoot it straight back up for the next leg higher. That's what stocks do. It's never, Bitcoin is, yes, Bitcoin back in 2020 ignored all rules. It didn't care. It just went straight up. But now the rules are a thing, unfortunately, for Bitcoin. Just same with other stocks. You just don't, you don't go straight up. You don't go straight up. You do this. You go straight up, you hit a resistance, you consolidate, then you go straight up, resistance, consolidate. So, the measured move here, we made about a 35% move there. The measured move from this point is, we're heading like to 29. That's the next measured move based off of this previous move we just made. So, looks all right to me, boys. Looks pretty promising to me, and that's all I'm going to leave. I'll leave it at that. I haven't looked really at Ethereum. The only reason I'm talking about Bitcoin is because personally I own some. It's a small part of my portfolio. It's very risky. It's a risk on asset. And now if you look around the market today, risk on assets went absolutely insane today. The S&P 500 was almost flat on the day. The Nasdaq, not even up a full percent. But ARK ETF, the most risk on shit in the world, is going crazy. It went straight up. You look at Coinbase. Coinbase is up 17% today, dude. Marathon is up 18%, bro. Risk on assets are back. Look at SoFi. We're up like 5% on Square. Another one of my favorite positions. These risk on assets are coming back, man. Oh my God, DraftKings, absolutely insane. Roblox. That's where we are, guys. A $26 billion company that makes no money, and it's up 26% today. Come on. The risk on is not unfortunately at all, is despite what a lot of people think, the risk on mentality is coming back. And the market is right now at a point where it can change, but right now it looks like inflation's going down. It looks like the consumer isn't losing all their jobs and things look decent, man. And this is the type of thing you would expect to see in a real rally, because money is just flowing back into these highly risky companies. Looking at Cloudflare, look at that didn't do anything today. But look at, the semis were down, but even they bought the dip today on the semis even. I think Nvidia might have actually closed green. So these just highly risky, highly volatile sectors are just going absolutely bonkers, and that's what I'm seeing right now. So if you enjoyed the crypto talk, I might just do a weekly update on crypto. But I wasn't really talking about crypto that much last year because, Bitcoin was it would become literally irrelevant for stretches of time where it would just do this from November to January. It would just go sideways. So I'm not going to talk about Bitcoin over here from August till November. It just goes sideways and then it dumps. So I'm not going to talk about Bitcoin when it's doing this, and I just don't care. But when it's making real moves and there's a real nice looking chart and you're seeing things that's mounted above that 200-day moving average. Another key thing a lot of people talk about is the 50-week moving average. It's heading towards that. So when things are looking this good on something, I'm going to talk about it. And when I see so much upside, I'm going to have a little chat about it. And If you guys appreciate that, let me know in the comments. I'd appreciate a comment about that. So I just have to ask you to consider to drop a like and a sub if you enjoyed the content. If you think I'm full of shit and I'm ugly, let me know in a comment too. I appreciate the feedback. Anyways, guys, let's see where Bitcoin comes from here. My thing is that we just got to hold for 24. If we just do this, if we do this again where we wicked up to it and completely reject, I'm not freaking out, but then that is just a sign that we just got to consolidate more, and it's going to take some strength to get above 24 than 25. But after that, it is moon. We go mooning. We're going to moon the bears. So yeah, that's all I got. I'll see you guys later.